Buzz off, whale humper.
You're always mean to me. It really hurts my feelings.
Then why do you keep trying to approach her? Not being funny.
Why are you like this?
Excuse me, why am I like this?
Go on.
You don't know what I'm like.
Oh, dude. No, come on. I want to know why she's like what she was going to say there.
We're going somewhere that's not the good place. We're going to a medium place.
That's not quite what she said. She said a neutral place. Not quite the same, is it?
Jason, tell me about sexy things.
What things did he say were sexy?
Uh-oh.
Cool snakes, spinning rims, 20,000 followers on Instagram.
Okay, that could have been worse.
I've ruled the fart inadmissible.
Beautiful.
Eleanor stealing my train.
Now, hold on a second.
Yes, Michael. Nuance. Go on.
She was sacrificing herself because she is a wonderful... Listen, no, don't...
Oh, what? What?
Sean only cares about cold, hard facts.
No, what is this? Is he going to come out as a butterfly?
Finally.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sean, but that is a little gross.
I've never had to walk before. This is fun.
For a bit, and then...
Now I'm bored.
Yeah.
Walking is dumb.
Oh, she's naked.
Why not?
Hello, Mindy. My name is Beatty.
You mostly sucked, but then you did this one good thing.
Right.
I still think we should get you.
They didn't, but neither did we.
Ah.
A compromise was made. The neighborhood you are in now, by yourself.
What?
We got you your favorite beer.
Yeah, but it's always warm.
Oh, that's gross. This is kind of worse. Do you know what, though? She's got her own space. This is kind of fair enough. It's neutral. It is medium. It is kind of... But one person went to the medium place, because that seems a little bit... You know what I mean? A little bit iffy. Because this is what we've been talking about the entire time. So why is it always, okay, you go to either the good place, the bad place? Why have we not established that there is a place in between? And why are more people not going there? Questions. We'll see.
So what's up? What's your deal? You single? What's going on?
Where's Michael also, by the way? Because that should be Michael and that guy. Who is she? What was she called? BD? So where did Michael come from?
What did you do to end up here?
Yeah, go on. What is the definition of medium?
So we're gonna go try and figure out how to have sex.
Wow.
So I was a hotshot corporate lawyer in the 1980s. I only cared about making money and doing cocaine. I needed to do something good with my life. Foundation that would improve every nation and every society in every possible way.
Wow.
You were pretty coked up, huh?
Oh yeah, man. But you're not gonna believe this. I followed through.
Okay.
I withdrew my life savings.
Okay.
And I was gonna start that charity.
Was gonna.
And then I immediately fell into subway tracks and...
Right. So it was genuine though. That's the thing. So it's the extremes. Two very extreme. She did very bad things. This is the thing though. Interesting, isn't it? I think the good thing that she just said far outweighs the bad. I mean, it was very vague. Doing coke isn't ideal, but if while she was on that, that's not necessarily a death sentence to the bad. Do you know what I mean? You can be bad to your family. Just the bad things that she listed there didn't seem like they outweigh the good. I suppose the thing is the good thing that she never actually got to do. The intent was there, but she never actually got to do it. So I suppose maybe that the full effect of that didn't come into play. Maybe that's what makes sense to me. So I'm going to kind of ride with that. But
I love cocaine. Do you have any? I shouldn't. Do you?
Are you okay?
Anyway, so after I... my sister found my plan, and she used my money.
Right. So it did follow through, but she didn't do it, I guess.
I was about to turn myself in.
There's no time for that morality nonsense, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah?
You gotta look out for number one.
Okay.
Thanks, but I brought my own cake. I know what kind of cake I like.
Fair.
Eleanor was supposed to be in the bad place, assumed another person's identity, and has now escaped.
Okay, the way that you said that, though, made it sound worse than it is. Maybe Sean's the problem.
Voluntarily sacrificing herself and heading to the bad place would be a point in her favor.
A point? Singular?
Was not currently in the bad place.
What?
But this is the thing, you've got to take into account these nuances, dude, because like they've got to find out, because the intent was pure and then it was Janet coming in and suggesting, right, the medium place. These nuances matter, but this is the problem with Sean. It seems like, I mean, you know, you can only give him the cold, hard facts. But it's interesting how that doesn't extend to the nuance of the situation, because the nuance of the situations are facts as well. They exist. I'm starting to think that maybe Sean is the issue here, because people like Michael are malleable. We've seen that. Michael has been ready to listen, ready to talk to Eleanor and be like, no, I know you, you've got it in you, and do that, right? And what was the other guy? Is it Trevor? I want to say Trevor. He let that happen too, under threat of Sean, fair enough, but he let that happen too. And he seems like he doesn't really care all that much. Also, by the way, it's not lost on me that Mindy isn't an Eternal, right? She's a human, which I guess is why people aren't necessarily pushed to the neutral, the medium place, right? That's why that doesn't exist as a place to go. I get that. It just seems like that is again, it's a precedent. If there is such a place, it sets the precedent that the two places are too oversimplified. They are not enough to account for humanity and these nuances. And I wonder the echelon that Sean exists in, right? Because he exists as this judge. Is there more than one? I mean, Michael mentioned bosses, did he? I don't know if it was plural or not when he mentioned it right at the beginning of the season. Yeah, so I wonder.
I've been asleep in goo for the last 29 years.
Of course you have.
Where should we begin?
Oh, wait a minute. We are gonna... I mean, you didn't have to use red. It's intense. Heckling of mall Santas. Well, what was she saying? Were they bad? We don't know. Lacking nuance, mate. Yes, I will. I'll switch all of these to good things. Just watch me. Altercations with various youths selling various items to various fundraisers. Again, what's the altercation? Was it physical? Was it verbal? Did they deserve it? Did they not? We don't know. Again, lacking the nuance. Now, look, you can make assumptions all you want about Eleanor and how they went, right? You can, but it doesn't exist in this little PowerPoint that he's got. Salad bars sneezed on. To be fair, that is undeniably bad. I don't know what you do, mate. Like, come on, I can't argue that one. That's fair. To be fair, though, maybe it was already off and she was saving everybody else from, you know, getting very ill, and she identified that and she was like, no, I'm going to take one for the team. Movie endings ruined. Depends on the movie, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, was she adding to it? Was she, you know, giving a little bit of her own kind of, look, this is what happens, but it's bad. That's a bad ending, right? Undeniably a bad ending. But look, I saw a little bit more to the ending, and actually, I think you'll find that the typical way that you interpret that isn't the correct one, because this is my interpretation, and then the person goes away thinking, oh, that was such a good movie ending, when originally they would have thought that was an awful movie ending. Yes, I wasn't lying. We are going to do all of them. Okay, I can't see that one, to be fair, from Sean, because Sean's in the way. Something and subsequent obstruction of Vanessa Garcia's quinceañera. Not sure what that is. I'm so sorry. Waiters screamed at. Oh, come on, Eleanor. To be fair, though, were they are. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, look, I am point blank. You don't know. Do not treat a waiter or anyone in service badly. That is a rule. You got to follow it. Okay, I don't make the rules. I do. Don't do it. But I'm just saying, in select occasions, 22 apparently. Yep. Okay, fair enough. 22 is a lot. 22 is a lot, Eleanor. Come on, mate. I'm just saying, lacking nuance. We don't know why. Maybe they hit her. You don't know. Strangers flipped off. Again, did they deserve it? We don't know that. Brief Instagram flirtation with Kid Rock. What? Hey, not even a bad thing. Come on, let's be honest with ourselves. Sticking of gum in public places. 220. Jesus Christ, Eleanor. I mean, it's just littering. Okay, that's bad. That is bad. Maybe it was an art piece. We've heard of collage, papier-mâché. Maybe she made something made out of gum. That would account for the 224. Thank you, sir. Showed a 9-year-old child The Shining. Hey, man, you got to educate him sometime. Life is cruel. Lifetime ban from Build-A-Bear Workshop. I mean, that's more impressive than anything else. Give me a hard one. Settle down. Stole Scarecrow from a Fall Follies display. Put it in passenger seat so she could use carpool lane. That's just smart, mate. That's clever. Come on. Got health department to give favourite restaurant a B rating so it would be less crowded. Again, man, cheat code of life. She was winning. You know what I mean? Life is grey. Okay, you got to take advantage where you can get it. She didn't hurt anyone. Let's just behave ourselves. Also, by the way, got health department to give favourite restaurant a B rating. We don't know. Maybe they deserved it. Sculpt EpiPens. Oh man, that's a hard one. That is a hard one. To be fair though, how much did she... Sorry, I'm assuming sculpt is like when you got them and you sell them off, right? Usually for a higher price, but is that possible in America? They're probably selling for very much. I don't trust Eleanor would even know how much they're worth. Maybe she gave them a discount, we don't know. Roommate/dry cleaning incident. We don't even... Oh, yeah, no, that's the t-shirt. We've already been over that. She's fine. Dogs drunkenly adopted, then returned next day. That is responsible. A dog is not just for Christmas, it's for life. She identified that and was like, no. Got to go back. Lied about age to eat off the kids menu. Arguably, she is not the problem in that situation, right? The restaurant is the problem, because any adult should be allowed to get anything they want off the kids menu, right? Like if you want just a light lunch or something, you can order off the kids menu if you want to. Sometimes their stuff is better, man. Okay. The issue is the restaurant, not Eleanor. I will die on that hill. I will. Cyberbullying. Oh, come on. I just saw a pregnant woman. Cyberbullying of pregnant woman from spin class. I mean, maybe the pregnant woman was doing herself harm. Do you know what I mean? On the spit, who knows? She was pushing it too hard. Eleanor identified that and was like, look, I've got to take one for the team. She's clearly doing her best. She's got the right mindset, right? She's getting some exercise. She's keeping fit, you know, ready for the pregnancy. Just in general, maybe not even for the pregnancy. That's absolutely fair too. Eleanor was like, look, I can see she's motivated. I can see she's not going to stop, but I can see that it's hurting her and it's going to hurt the child. I don't know. I don't know the science of it. I don't know. That's a hard one to justify. I'll be honest with you. But I'm just saying the best intentions could have been aimed at the pregnant lady. We don't know. Took selfie in bathroom at great aunt's funeral. Why not? Why is that even a bad thing? I don't see the problem. When you look good, you look good. Started fire in mailbox to get mailman to take off his shirt. I mean, who got hurt? The mailbox? Come on, grow up. Showed a 9-year-old. I've done them. And there you have it. No nuance in your little PowerPoint, Shawnee boy. Okay? Up your game. Up your game.
Where should we begin? Waiters screamed at, or cyberbullying of pregnant woman from spin class?
I've already touched on that, mate. You got nothing. Nothing.
You want to survive, you have to forget what you left behind. Take that whole experience, throw it in the garbage can.
It's true, though. She's right. I mean, the things that we learn are good and bad on Earth when we're alive aren't necessarily the things that are deemed to be good and bad in the good place and the bad place. You know, you've seen me as the audience. I don't know how everyone else watched it, but some of the stuff that Michael's come out with of like, okay, this decides, you know, it gives you points as to whether you're in the good place, the bad place, and I've disagreed, right? And all that really is that we govern ourselves by different rules, right? And so what she's saying there is correct, arguably. You know, you kind of gotta ignore that because this existence now between these places works on a different rule set. And I would argue that's the problem because you are then therefore judging unfairly. If the people on Earth were living their lives a certain way based on those rules, and then these places, depending on where you go, are working off rules that you didn't know about, that's not fair. You've got to work by the same rules as there were on Earth, right? That's how you should be modeling it after. It does kind of highlight a discrepancy with how the good place and the bad place judge somebody. Oh, this was the... Oh.
This ain't your bar mitzvah anymore, but it's my 24th birthday!
Okay, that's pretty bad.
Vanessa Garcia's quinceañera.
Yeah, that face. Oh, he's going...
Heckling of mall Santas.
Okay, admittedly, right, when I stopped the whole video to go through every single one, I didn't know we were going to see video evidence, okay?
Brief Instagram flirtation with Kid Rock. Oh, no.
What? 2 consenting adults? Absolutely fine. Let's all just back away. Stop being so judgy. You know, that's why they're here. That is true.
I was particularly disturbed by started fire in mailbox to get mailman.
Why?
That was the old Eleanor.
That's not even a bad one, I maintain.
Studied and she got better. It was real self-improvement.
Nicely argued.
Because she's worth it.
L'Oreal.
Thank you for these testimonials. A ruling has been reached.
Oh, it's a negative. It is not good. I sense it.
Oh, you want to hear it. I forgot how needy humans are.
It's true.
Eleanor Shellstrop is a bad person.
Whoa, dude.
The progress she has made does not offset her actions on Earth.
Does it not?
She deserves to be in the bad place.
Oh, rude.
Concerning Jason Mendoza, oh, he's from Florida. Yeah, he belongs in the bad place.
You can't go off stereotypes, buddy. This is the point. You can't do that.
What is happening?
Is she having an orgasm? Did I do it somehow?
Oh, no.
This is the almighty...
That's not good. Whoa. Okay, what a pause. No, absolutely not. Don't do that. You are way too close, sir. Also, how are you resisting, like, doing one of those? Do you know what I mean? Like, is that just me? Probably. I apologise. I will be honest with you. One time my mum yawned. I had an ice cream. Just put it straight in the mouth. It was very funny. I was a kid, okay? Still funny. Yeah, sorry, brief pause. That does confirm Jason does not know what it looks like when someone orgasms.
Return to your original neighborhood, or your accomplices, Chidiana Gonye and Tahani Aljam...
What?
will go to the bad place in your stead.
What? Right? No. And that's your fair ruling of the situation. That's come on. Come on. Do I really have to, like, you know, sit here and justify why that is the wrong decision and harsh? I mean, like, okay, sorry, immediately goes into justifying, I suppose, why that might be not so harsh, at least in his head, because I think I have also brought this up throughout the series. They knew and they didn't say anything instead of actually coming to Michael and being like, look, this has happened. But this is the thing, because they're good people, they tried to help. This is so messy, and I do feel like Sean's logic. I mean, he's selling himself on cold hard facts, but I think his logic is so skewed, and these cold hard facts miss out other facts which you need to make a fair ruling.
Your Honor, please, Chidi and Tahani are completely innocent.
They are not completely innocent.
Here we go.
They aided and abetted 2 criminals.
Yeah, there we are. That's the kicker, yeah.
They're gonna send Chidi and Tahani to the bad place?
But they only did that because they are good, right? It was the empathetic thing to do because they knew that if these, like Eleanor and Jason, were given up, that they would go to the bad place. That was the knowledge that they had. And as good people, because you know they're good people, Sean, because they're in the good place, the only thing that they would have done is do the good thing, which was to help them as opposed to give them up. They would never have done that. That's so twisted because he's punishing them for being the people he knows they are when those people that he knows they are good, and he's punishing them for that even though he knows the facts that I just said. And that's the nuance of the situation. And do you know what I mean? Like, it's different shades of fact. It's not as easy as black and white. It's not.
They're gonna send Chidi and Tahani to the bad place? We're off the hook. This is amazing.
Yeah, no, Eleanor's going back. The web crawler.
We can't let Tahani and Chidi go to the bad place. They're our friends.
I think it's important that they went to this place for all the reasons that I was talking about. The medium place, the neutral place. I think it's very important for the show to do this because, again, it gives the example that exists and can exist and is the fair ruling for some people. And I do wonder at the significance of this.
I wouldn't go back for those turkeys. If you stay here, you don't get tortured.
But they do.
Yeah, this is the thing. And it's interesting how Eleanor is so often in this episode arrayed against Mindy and Jason. She is good, and she's proving that more and more and more and more as we go on. And actually, it's funny, it's interesting, like Mindy as a person does come across more as someone who belongs in the bad place as defined by these rules, right? Her saving grace was literally that she... And it's interesting, isn't it? Because what was her motivation for doing the thing? You know, the starting the foundation, blah, blah, blah. She had like an epiphany and it was like, okay, I should do that, so I'm going to. And it's like, why? When did that come? Because not being funny, she's off the coke now. That's been established in this episode. She was like, have you got any? Do you want to do some? Because I haven't done any. You know, like she can't do any. So she's clean, she's sober, and she is still this person. So it's like, what was the motivation for her doing the good thing in the first place? Was it because she felt like she should? Like, yes, her intention to do it was honest, but was it pure? Because those are two different words, right? It was honest in the sense that she was going to do it, which should be enough, was enough, could be enough. I guess this was why they were arguing back and forth, right? But was it pure? What was it motivated by? Because that's the question, I think, that decides a lot. Because at least from what I'm seeing here, it wasn't motivated by anything pure. It was motivated, I am assuming, I am. But just based on the evidence that I see from her character as to who she is here, it feels like she was motivated to do it because she felt like she should. Because those were the rules of the society that she was in as to what was good and bad. And do you know what I mean? We know very little about the motivation for that. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting sidetracked, but it's interesting that she is the mouthpiece for the selfish option. And it's interesting that she's almost arrayed against Jason because, respectfully, sorry, Jason, like he is painted as the stupid one, right? He's not self-aware, he's not intelligent, but she is. And that was the difference almost because she had that awareness. Maybe that is the difference, right? Jason, I mentioned last episode, he lacks that awareness, which almost doesn't absolve him, but it makes his bad deed lesser almost. Do you know what I mean? Which to my mind makes Mindy's decision to do the good thing more calculated, which in my mind asks the question of how pure that decision was. And does it call into question the pureness of that decision? Was it truly a good thing? I mean, it is. Objectively, that is a good thing. But again, if we're talking about the nuances of the situation and weighing, you know, good versus bad and who is she and where does she belong, she is embodying someone who does belong in the bad place in this situation, right? Because she's, but that's the point. She contains good and bad, and that's why she's here. I get it. But yeah, sorry. Again, I'm getting sidetracked. It's interesting on two fronts because it arrays Mindy versus Jason and these two examples of bad and how as much as one has been decreed to go to the bad place, Jason, and one has been decreed to go to the medium place, Mindy. In this situation, in the way that I've kind of been talking about it, like Jason is, to my mind at least, perhaps the lesser of the two evils. And then the second thing, Eleanor versus Mindy, and how Mindy is the one saying no, do the selfish, do the bad thing, and Eleanor is coming up against that. And in contrast to each other, Eleanor is the good one, and it demonstrates that at least at the moment her alignment seems to be more the good place, right? And it demonstrates that to us as the audience, and she's been quite consistent with that as well in the last few episodes. Sorry, it's funny how in this scene there's a lot of complexity to the morality at play, and how Mindy's characterization does seem more often than not bad. Which makes me wonder at the motivation for the good thing that she did in life, right? That's why I kind of got onto that track.
Sorry, Eleanor, but I can't let us leave.
No, Jason. My God. Amazing.
Brought you to a little treat.
Last meal.
So the fact that Chidi and Tahani are being divvied up this way is the most definitive proof that this system is broken.
I engaged a ride or die protocol, so I'm loyal to Jason forever.
Yikes. Ride or die. That's from the Fast and the Furious.
I don't want to go to the bad place. It's scary, like the movie Ratatouille.
What indeed?
And pulling my hair to get me to do stuff. Let's just pretend that we didn't hear the Janet walkie-talkie message.
No. It's time to own up, dude.
Yeah.
It took dying to realize that I was kind of a nightmare.
Self-growth.
Hey, Dad, just a warning. Mom's gonna be here in a
Right. Hello.
Whose birthday is it?
Mine.
Wow.
You definitely didn't get me a present again.
Right. That's the independence, the always staying independent because she had to. It's a defense mechanism, protecting herself, right? She got so used to it from her parents that she does it to stop herself from getting hurt by it. And she took that into her adult life too. Always stayed apart, always stayed away, always took care of her own happiness, which isolated her, right? And made her a bad person to the people around her because she never connected, because she never would let herself because of this. Yeah. This explains a lot.
What does emancipation mean?
I'll be on my own.
Right.
All my life, I've been taking care of myself and you guys.
Right.
I worked 2 after-school jobs because you blew half my college fund bailing your boyfriend out of jail.
You're a really interesting person, Eleanor. We should hang out sometime.
She is an interesting person. This was a survival instinct. And again, this is important nuance as to why she was the way she was. Like, sorry, but if you are coming up with a good place and a bad place, for the integrity of that decision, you've got to look at the entire person's life and be like, well, were they justified in being like that? Can you understand why they were like that? Okay, yes, you can. Well, do the bad things warrant them going to the bad place, considering the reason they got there? I mean, we've established already that Eleanor never killed anyone. She never did anything egregiously bad. Everything that we've seen is explained away by this scene. Not away, but it explains it.
Your parents sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been using their parenting as an excuse for my selfish behavior all my life.
Sure, and that's big because, yeah, she's right. Sorry, I feel like she's going to say I should just play it. But as much as I'm saying it's understandable she was like what she was like because of that, she's right. And to a certain extent, she's let that drag her down and not allowed herself to be happy because of that, right?
No more.
Good. Brilliant.
Real weird vibe in here.
You missed the cutoff.
Are you serious?
We're here.
They're here.
We came here. Now what?
What is the most logical decision? I made my initial ruling. Deadline was missed. Oh. This is exhausting.
He's like Chidi. He's bound himself by these rules, and he struggles when a situation confounds those rules.
Just want to go back to my container of goo and go to sleep. You have all done bad things since you arrived here.
Wrong. Literally wrong. It is objectively a good thing that Chidi and Tahani tried to help Eleanor and Jason. Just because it's against the rules of the place does not make it a bad thing. But that's the thing. That's what it's like on Earth, right? If you go against the rules that are put in place by society, then you are a bad person, you go to jail. And that's a basic, summation of it, but that is essentially what is happening here. But it's so twisted. And I mean, we're still struggling with this as well, right? There are some examples of cases where someone goes to jail and a lot of people are like, no, they did the right thing. But by the rules of our society, they need to go to jail. You know, there is conflicting feelings, I think, sometimes with the rulings that are made in our world on Earth. And that imperfection weirdly exists here, because I feel like it shouldn't. But it makes it feel like, to me, that like Sean and Michael and co, eternal ones though they might be in this world, they seem very human. And it's interesting, the precedent that was set with Mindy, right? I said, you know, it's been established she was a human, and she is. But she is kind of the de facto leader of the medium place. That kind of almost makes her an eternal one. A representation, a pure representation of the medium place. She's kind of blurred as to what she is, right? Because she was the first. She created. The only reason it's there and it was created was for her, right? She is the embodiment of that. In the same way that Michael and what's his face in The Bad Place are the embodiment of both of the places. And it makes me believe, because of Mindy, that they're human. In the same way that Sean takes after Chidi in a lot of ways, right? It's the perfect role for him. And when that idea as well of he comes out and he does his thing, Sean, and then when he is done, he just wants to be in his cocoon. He just wants to be in his thing of goo and not think, because it's too stressful. It's very Chidi, very human.
You can decide. You have 30 minutes.
Okay. There it is. All right. Well, we shall see. All right. I have talked enough, so I am going to end this one there. Thank you very, very much for watching. Hey, if you're not subscribed, please do consider doing that. If you've enjoyed the video, tick that bell button as well, and you'll be notified every single time I post. Thank you, as always. Thank you so much to those who do support me. I've got Patreon and YouTube memberships. Links down below in the description if you're interested in that. I've also got some writing available if you want to support me that way. I've got some novellas, link down in the description below as well. But yeah, that was Mindy St. Clair. Very interesting episode, very interesting, the precedent that it sets as well. So we shall see in the finale next time. Watch this video right here if you want to keep the good times rolling. And other than that, thank you once more, and I will see you very, very soon.